Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be learning how to cut this simple asymmetric gathered gown with a basque waist. So if it's something you would love to learn, please do well to watch to the end of the video, like, share and subscribe. So let's get right into the main video. From the top here is our starting point and our shoulder line, and my paper is folded into two. So what we are going to do now is to take our vertical measurement from the top here. I'm going to come down to mark my bust point. From my shoulder to my bust point is 9.5 inches. I'll mark that all the way and I'll go ahead and extend the point across. From the shoulder line again, I'm going to come down to mark my waist point. From my shoulder to my waist point is 15 inches. I'm going to mark that and extend the point across. Then from the waistline, I'm going to come down to mark my basque line where I want my basque to stop. So I came down by 5 inches. It depends on where you want your basque to stop. You can decide to do 6, 7, depends on how long you want the basque to be. Then I'll extend this point across. So this is my basque line, my waistline and my bust point. We are only drafting the upper bodice. Okay, I'll come to the shoulder line, divide my shoulder by 2. At that point I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my neck width or 3 inches. I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the neck width, like so. The next thing is to mark our chest line, and to mark your chest line you're going to divide your bust by 6, then add 1.5 inches to the measurement. In my case I got 7. I will extend this point across, and this line is my chest line. So on my chest line I'm going to mark my shoulder measurements here to have a straight line. I'm going to connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the point we just marked on the chest line, like so. Then I'm going to come to this arm length here, divide it into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint. I'm going to mark on the midpoint, and at the midpoint I'm going to go in by half an inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4. I'll go ahead and connect this point to form my armhole. So this is a dartless gown, so we're not going to be adding our dart. The next thing is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust measurement. I'll come here to mark my waist measurement, then I'll add my sewing allowance. I'll also add my sewing allowance to the bust line. I'll go ahead and connect the point together. Then from the waistline I'm going to come in by my sewing allowance and connect all the way to my basque line. Okay, so at this point you can decide to do a sharp basque, but if you look at the thumbnail, the basque is not really sharp, so I just curve it a little bit. So at this point you can go ahead and play around with your free hand. If you're not okay with what you have, you can always clean and then draw it again until you are satisfied with what you have. So this is the shape I have and I'm okay with it. I'm going to come down here to mark my neck depth of 3 inches. I will connect from the neck width all the way to that point, and this is basically it for the front. I'm going to trace out what I have here on the other side so we can have a full body scale, and this is what we have. The next thing we are going to do right now is to work on the neckline. Like I said, if you're not okay with the shape, you can always play around with it until you are satisfied with it. So for the neckline, you can decide to put your slants on the right side or on the left side. So I'm going to take this side. I'm going to come down from the shoulder slant by 3 inches, and I'll come here and mark ½ inch on this other shoulder slant, and I'll connect from that ½ inch all the way to the 3 inch. So it depends on how low you want your off shoulder to be. If you want it more lower than this, you can go down by 4 inches. So I'll just use my free hand to just connect all the way to that 3 inches this way, and this is basically it for it. If you're not good with your free hand, you can as well use your curve rule to just connect the point together. So I was just trying to curve the line a little bit, and this is basically it for the pattern drafting. You can see how simple it is. So all we are going to do right now is to cut out the pattern paper So if at this point you have not yet subscribed, please do well to hit on the subscribe button. Subscription is totally free. All right, subscribe, please subscribe, like. If you find this video helpful, do well to like as well, share. And if you have any question, anything you don't understand at all about this video, do well to drop it in the comment section, and I'll do well to attend to all your questions. All right, thank you so much for doing that for me. So this is what we have. We are going to use this pattern to cut both the back and the front pattern. So what you are going to do for the back pattern is that if you are not using a stretchy fabric, you are just going to cut through the middle line this way. You are going to cut it all the way to the end, and you are going to be adding your zipper allowance. So by the time you cut like this, you're going to add your zipper allowance to the both pieces like this, and you're going to use it to cut on your fabric for the back pattern. So this is basically it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and I will see you in the next video.